heading to London. Spurs are looking good. They went to United without fear. They six goals. They went to Southampton, 5 goals. Before that, they had a Europa match versus Maccabi Haifa. They scored 7 goals.
7 goals.
Now, can we
Yeah, yeah.
start?
I think Steve, if I could just jump in here and say, as much as all of us had written off Spurs at the beginning of the season, I think, notwithstanding how poor United were, I think Spurs were brilliant. Their pressing game was on point. Uh, you know, um, they really played on the psyche of United. I mean, the red card is a case in point. It's very unprofessional. I don't agree with what Lamela did, going down the way he did. But again, you look at them playing around with the emotions of United, and they started off very sloppy, and Mourinho got his revenge over Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. And I think, I don't think they will fight for the title this season. However, I think they have put their eggs in the Europa basket. So whether they make top four or not, I think for me depends a lot on whether they go on to how far they go in the Europa League, because they will want a trophy. They are dying for a trophy, and with Gareth Bale coming in, that front three is going to be a disaster for many teams. I mean, it will just create fear in defenders, and you can see right now, people have learned, how to deal with Kane, but Kane has changed his game. He's now going in deep to collect balls and playing them through to Heung-min Son. So I think they will be they'll really be a major team to look out for this season, if you ask me.
So, Ron, what do you think? Spurs, they have 100% when they go, they play away from home, which is a very impressive score. They are yet to just to click at home. Do you think they are title contenders and they are scoring goals? What do you have to think of that?
Yeah, looking at the Spurs team, of course, they have an experienced manager in Mourinho, who many of us questioned his relevancy to the modern game now, as the game is evolving. It's no longer score one goal and pass back and play diamond and all those sorts of tactics. It has resolved, it has evolved. Uh, but it's the same thing I keep talking about these three clubs, Chelsea, Manchester United, and Spurs. One bad result, and everyone is will be up in arms how it will be near a crisis time and so on. Then one good result, and people can even talk about it as a title contender out of nowhere, which I don't believe any of those three teams can be a title contender, even if Spurs puts on 5 wins on the bounce and Chelsea does the same. Not for me.
Thank you for admitting Chelsea are not title contenders.
Not at all, not in my lifetime. It will be a shock if
So
something
in,
of the
so
sort
in
comes
short,
out.
you are saying Everton and Aston Villa, currently with 100%, they are not title contenders.
They don't have the experience. They don't have the experience of the squad, and the winners in the team also counts, and so on. So for me, there are teams that are doing well, especially like for Everton, but there are things like injuries that will come in. And for me, okay, they try to strengthen in their central defense by signing Godfrey from Norwich, which is a very good signing, because they have only Keane and Yeremin as the only two central partnerships that are doing well. Yeah, which for me provides another extra cover. And then they also covered the disaster waiting to happen anytime, Pickford. So you'd wonder how he remains English number one. Of course, the one and only Pope probably would be, who I'm a big fan of, Nick Pope. He will be in goal, but he's made too many mistakes, and you can't have a mistake in goal and you compete. Yeah.
Carissa, the people betting, They got it all wrong, starting all the way from Leicester. Leicester losing at home. And it was just a crazy weekend. Man City struggling, drawing at Leeds. What do you have to say about this Premier League? Are we expecting a 2016, a repeat of 2016, when people had written off Leicester only for them to surprise everyone and win the the championship? Was it 2016 or 2017? 2016, yes.
I think it was one of those weekends where we were all caught by surprises. Firstly, we didn't expect West Ham to thrash Leicester, I think, at home 3-0, and then it went on like that. Manchester, then Liverpool. It's one of those weekends where we didn't predict. I mean, to go the way it went. But in terms of getting a surprise to win the Premiership, I don't think so. We have the early leaders in the name of Everton, and you can take this to the bank. I think the next game they're playing Liverpool. I'm not sure they'll win that one. Liverpool has to make it right. That they have to prove to the people, to the whole world, that it was a mistake. Whatever happened at Villa was a mistake, and therefore I'm not seeing any surprises in terms of a new team taking the Premiership. The contenders will be the same in my view, because of the experience, the squad they have. When you have the likes of Everton, of course, let's give them the credit, winning the first 4 matches and topping the league. It's because you have a coach who's very tactical. You have a whole team without injuries. I think there's no COVID reported at Goodison Park, and therefore we have a team which has prepared very well. As much as there was no enough time during the summer to prepare, I don't foresee Everton remaining there after this coming match. I mean, we normally judge teams in my view after 10 matches, so I'm not seeing any surprises. I will still see Liverpool on top there, maybe Man City. All right, this time around, don't forget Arsenal will be there, whether they like it or not, and then maybe the others. I'm not sure about the others, but that's your 1, 2, 3, 4. Come the end of the season, as far as I'm concerned.
No, Carissa, you started out so well, saying it was a crazy weekend where unexpected results happened. Big teams losing to small teams like Sheffield losing.
Well, Dolo,
Yes.
from the look of things, Sheffield United, I think you had said that they will survive, but after 4 games, 0 point. Do you think they'll survive?
No,
And in their next fixtures, they are visiting. They have to play the top 3. Like they have to play Chelsea, Liverpool, Man City, and the only fixture that looks playable in their next 4 fixtures is the game versus Fulham. So you can imagine by.
I mean, Steve,
Yes.
it's a bit slow for Sheffield. I think their early season form is a bit worrisome, but they have a fantastic manager. Chris Wilder is a really good manager. And remember, their squad is pretty much unchanged at this point in time. So the Sheffield of last season is still the same Sheffield that we're seeing right now. So it's a bit of a shock. Maybe if you consider the next few games, you can almost guarantee they will not get a lot of points from those games. But you also have to remember that the likes of Fulham, Newcastle and whatnot will still face these big teams like Arsenal. So it's for so for Sheffield, it's just to try, and then their time to face the smaller teams will come. But I still think they will survive. They have the resources too. Yeah, so it's a bit of a shock right now, but I think they have a good chance to survive. And obviously, you have to consider they faced big teams in the previous 2 or 3 games. Playing Arsenal. To be frank, even without Thomas Partey, Arsenal is by all measures a big team. So it was not a surprise. It was actually a routine win for Arteta. So, but when they find the likes of Manchester,
you were hanging on late in that game.
Yeah, that's true.
No, it wasn't a struggle. But when they find the likes of Manchester United with Cavani up front, they can they will feel confident to get a result.
Do you want us to talk about Cavani?
Okay, talk about that fixture. The fixture is coming in. I think in the next two weeks. This weekend is international break. Then Arsenal will be playing United in the last weekend of October. But before then, Manchester will play another London team. It seems Manchester, they fear London teams. Starting from Crystal Palace 3-1, Spurs 6-1, and they are yet to face the title contenders in the form of Chelsea and Arsenal. Simon, what do you think
It's
about
clear. No, it's
your
clear.
game
It's
with
clear,
Chelsea?
Steve.
Yes, because between Chelsea and Arsenal, now let's get it from United fan. Do you think London will be red or blue going by their last matches?
My heart tells me Arsenal will be in the top four, and it's for practical reasons. Like you said, we all have those moments where in the season things go wrong, and I'm happy for us it's come early on in the season. When you think about it, when you're thinking about title contenders, if and this is playing permutations now. I mean, we're just 6 points behind Liverpool, and them dropping any more points and us winning would mean we are getting closer to them. So in terms of my top four, if we are talking top four predictions, I still stick to what I had at the beginning of the season: Man City, Liverpool, United, and Chelsea, with Arsenal coming in a very close fifth. And I'll throw a spanner and say, the Europa League final will be an all English final between Arsenal and Spurs. Mainly because that is where I think those two teams will want to focus largely on come 2021. Again, we will finish comfortably in the top four. Yeah, you can quote me when the season is over.
Okay, Carissa, what do you have to say? London. Today you can see I'm putting on a blue. I'm not so sure whether London is blue or red. But Carissa, what do you think? Is London blue or red?
For many years, Arsenal has dominated, that side of London, except a few years when we had the billionaires coming in, the likes of Abramovich, and they bought the league, if you ask me, truly speaking, that time. And even now they're trying to buy the league simply because they were banned a few seasons ago for obvious reasons. But as much as they bought all those players, I still believe that I think we're on top of them, and that will be determined not at the end of the season. We can talk about this after 10 matches, the coming few months or so. Chelsea have very good players. They have young players, but I think to some extent, when you compare the two coaches, the likes of Lampard and etc., let's be honest, we've seen there's no comparison, and that's where the weakness is as far as Chelsea is concerned. In the name of Arsenal, now party on board, we've addressed the issue of backline. We've a coach that now is looking at addressing our weakness in terms of set piece. As much as we conceded 3 goals against Liverpool, I'm not seeing that happening going forward. Simply because now we are getting right in terms of the lineup or the back. Sometimes Arteta is trying to play holding, then off. We have Luis back there, but as long as we get it right at the back, we should be home and dry. And now with Party coming on board, honestly speaking, I can't look forward to the season. I mean, this is a time that, for the first time in many years, I'm so much optimistic about Arsenal performing very well. And the issue of top four, I don't think it's a question of we'll be there or not. I'll differ with Sam on this. I think Arsenal will be there, will be the top four, and we can always look forward to a good season because Arteta is very tactical. We have a very good coach. We have a coach who knows exactly what needs to be done. He's addressed those few weaknesses, just like Klopp did when he joined Liverpool 4.5 years ago, 5 years ago. And we need to judge Arteta not this season. Give him another 3 seasons. This is the only season that he's coming on board to start a clean slate. And I'm sure with the board supporting him, not only this season but a few seasons to come, we should be able to compete. I mean, we are building a team that is supposed to be competitive, and I'm seeing that happening. And therefore, I'm so optimistic. I've never been optimistic like this, and I'm not worried at all. Bring them on, whether it's Manchester United, whether it's Man City. I don't fear any team as we speak right now. Yeah.
Ron, Chelsea, their last performance, 4-0 to Crystal Palace. Is the team clicking? Can you start seeing the Chelsea that they dream of Chelsea? The reason why they splashed over 200 million. Is that team now? Do you
Penalty
have?
FC.
Yeah, Chelsea. Yeah, you can talk about 200 million, but it's 200 million for 2 seasons because, as you know, in the last summer we didn't do anything. So Chelsea were, of course, we have the cash, so we needed to spend it this time and show that really we still have ambitions. It's a club of ambitions. That is why it's been the most successful club in England for the past 15 years or so. So the ambition is there, and they continue to show it. But of course, there are question marks about the defense. We addressed it. It's the other time I said it would be the last time you see Kepa in goal in the Premier League. Effectively, it was the last time. Mendy also is not a perfect keeper. You know, his weakness always shots that come at him. He always punches them away, and
Yeah,
the defenders have to catch up to,
I saw
to
him.
put
I saw
them
him.
out.
I think again you didn't recruit well. I don't think he's going to be a good keeper.
No, actually, he's an upgrade. He's an upgrade. An upgrade is always a welcome thing, and it also creates pressure. The next time Kepa is going to be in that goal, trust me, he will be a better keeper, and he's already come out to talk about it. Chelsea beating Crystal Palace, not news for me. Tactically, a tactically good coach would know what exactly to do. Of course, apart from Solskjaer, who who is tactically deficient for me, and Man U are not going anywhere with him. Man U's chances
Please
to
leave our PE teacher out of this.
Okay, all right, let me stop there. But for Chelsea, I can't say they are title contenders, not for me, I'll say it again. But for top four, I think they have a very good chance. We are seeing players coming back who are going to come back, and the team will start to gel. If Lampard gets the first lineup good, very well, and the boys have good games going forward, I think Chelsea will come good. It's just a matter of time.
Man, you guys are saying that you people are competing with them for who will be the penalty FC. Is it?
No, I mean, no, for us, the penalties awarded, we don't have any penalties awarded after full time. And also, all our penalties are penalties. We don't have penalties of handball, we have penalties of fouls. Yeah, I mean, you touch a 70, 80 million pound player. I mean, because it's got to be a penalty.
Okay. When we come back, we'll be looking at the transfer. So we can't just wait for the season to. It's getting hotter by the day. Game number 4, lots of goals, and we are expecting match. This has been the review of the match day 4. And thank you to our fans. Thank you for joining us in the show. We look forward to seeing you again shortly. When we come back, we'll be talking more on the transfers. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share our page. the EPL Fanbase Show. Thank you guys. See you again.